When you go no contact with that toxic narcissistic person, you have to throw the entire family in the trash. You have to go no contact with their entire family and all of their friends. I'm going to tell you why. If you're new to my page, my name is Alex. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, recovery coach, and licensed therapist in Virginia. If you're interested in therapy or coaching, click the link in the bio, book a session. Anyone who is attached to that toxic narcissistic person is going to do you harm. That includes your own family members. If your family and friends remain attached to this toxic narcissistic person, knowing the things that they've done, if they minimize, deflect, shift blame, those are not your people, and they will do you harm in one way or another over time. You have got to cut everyone off, especially that toxic narcissistic person's family members. Extended family may not intend to do you harm, but they will, because they're only familiar with the mask. They're not familiar with the person underneath the mask. Remember, this person has created a facade, and they've done a really good job at convincing people that this is who they are. They are tied to the image that they've created to maintain this idealized self. They need that ego boost. They need it from everyone, not just sexual partners. They need it from everyone with whom they interact, especially family, the people that they will have more frequent interactions, the people that will get to know those intimate partners. They need to have someone who believes that narrative that they've created, because if a partner decides to tell the truth, they won't be believed. So the flying monkeys are going to do you harm because they're not going to believe you. And they're going to sit by and listen to the narrative created about you because you're less credible than their family member in their eyes. Now, their parents, their siblings, they're enablers. They're very likely enablers, especially the parents, because this toxic narcissistic person was developed. If they don't have full-on NPD, they're highly narcissistic and they're emotionally immature. And believe it or not, emotionally immature people are unstable. And instability means rigidity in thinking. That is what perpetuates the instability, the black and white thinking, the inflexibility. So if you have offended this toxic narcissistic person, trust and believe you've offended their family members, especially the enablers. And they're coming for you. They're coming for you. They have to maintain control of the narrative. They have to maintain control of you. And so if you've gone no contact, they have lost complete control. Okay? And when they've lost control, that means there's room for exposure. Your silence does great harm to narcissistic people because they don't have your energy to pull from. They don't have your emotional reactions to be able to twist and manipulate and create a narrative where they're a victim of your abuse. They're a victim of your drama. They're a victim of your vindictive behavior. They can't project. They can't shift blame if you're not talking. So they're going to try to engage you. And you might think that this is a sign of changed behavior, that they are remorseful, especially if it's a family member reaching out. I am here to tell you that these people intend to do harm to you. They are operating with ulterior motives and they are sneaky in how they do it. They're going to come to you and try to emotionally appeal to you. They're going to rewrite history in their pleas to confuse you, to make you feel like you need to reach out to correct the narrative. And that's how they suck you right back into the abuse cycle. That toxic narcissistic person is going to be waiting on the other side of that communication to begin harassing and abusing you again. Toxic narcissistic people and their enablers, they live in a double consciousness of guilt and innocence. So when they reach out, you think it's their guilt that has led to remorse. Their guilt may prompt them to reach out to you, but whatever reaction that they get from you sends them into a fit of rage. And they remember why they hate you. They remember why they need to gain control of you again. And whatever reaction you give them pushes them into justifying their behavior, making them a victim once more. They are only seeking you out to alleviate the pain that they have from not being able to control you and control the narrative. And if there are children involved, they're absolutely upset that they can't control or influence those children because those children are an extension of them. You have to maintain the code of silence. Do not reinitiate contact with these people. Do not engage with them. Maintain that silence by any means necessary, because if you give them an inch, they will go a mile, and that mile is to harm you. So, stay quiet. Don't give them anything.